Hi everybody, my name is Hollis Citron, and I just wanted to cover a little topic today, I guess based on vulnerability and self-image. And where that comes from is, I was having a conversation with somebody and they were asking me about my business, which is called I Am Creative, based on expanding the idea of creativity beyond a pencil and a paintbrush to empower people to find that everybody has creativity within themselves. And she was asking me, why do you think that, why should someone explore their creativity? Like, why does it make somebody feel better to find their creativity? And to me, I feel like it's connection. I feel like it's a way to express yourself. And I feel like when people have a way that they feel good, that they can express themselves, that they become empowered and they feel good about themselves. So how this all ties together is I was kind of telling my story and she was like, that's empowering. And I was like, I don't understand but anyway, so I'm going to get to the story. So when I was a kid, I had a huge issue with blushing. It really took over my life. And I guess I kind of used the word vulnerable because I was just vulnerable to everything. I just was so self-conscious. And it was it wasn't just like, oh, your cheeks are a little bit red. I would be purple. I'd be purple and I'd be blotchy, and it would just be really bad. So what it did was it kind of it stopped me. It stopped me from interacting with people. It made me avoid situations because I knew it was going to happen, and what if that person was there that I liked, and my face would get like, they would know, because there was no way of hiding it. Like, I was completely vulnerable. It was all over. It just showed. It was something that I couldn't hide. I talked to my parents about it. I actually, as an adult, or as a young adult, I would say I was in my 20s, I actually went to get acupuncture to try and help, which it kind of did. But how this kind of helped me in my life, I realized, was I just learned to accept it and say, okay, this is a part of me. This is just part of who I am, and I just kind of finally had to put a stop to it and say, this is not going to control me anymore. Yes, I am vulnerable. Yes, this is part of the way people see me, but I have to feel good about me, and that will all kind of change and work itself out, I guess, is kind of where I was going with it. So anyway, here I am, a teacher, and I've led workshops for adults and parents, and I kind of got myself to that point because I just pushed myself, and I pushed myself beyond my comfort zone. And what I found out was, when I would be leading a workshop and when I would be turning all the colors that I turned, I would just make an awareness out of it. And I'd say, look, if I start turning colors, if I get all blotchy and everything, I'm not going to die. I'm not going to have a heart attack. It just is something that my body does. And then people laugh and they get over it, and then we can move forward. And then I felt like that point I was empowered. I wasn't so vulnerable anymore. It was put out there, and nobody else has to think about it. I don't have to think about it. And now we can get to what the real, what we're all there to do, which was for me to lead the workshop and move on. And it ended up being great. So once I realized I could do that, then, my world kind of changed. Does it still get in my way? Yeah, once in a while I become self-conscious of it. But again, I can just kind of make a joke out of it now and be like, yeah, whatever, it's happening. Okay, let's move on. So with that, I guess I kind of think back to close this up to what something my son's pediatrician said 18 years ago when he had a fever. He said, does the fever have him, or does he have a fever? So I guess I think, does the blushing have me, or do I blush once in a while? And yeah, I blush once in a while, but it doesn't have the control over me anymore. I've kind of learned to move past that. So my vulnerability, I become stronger. It doesn't take control. So in telling my story with that, I hope that, I don't know, I'm only telling it because I hope that it can maybe help somebody else to feel like they can be empowered and feel good about themselves and learn how to kind of push through it. So thank you for listening, and I look forward to hearing from you and hearing comments, and tell me your story. Have a great day.